Welcome guys back to Brian's Action Figure Reviews, and today I've got a brand new Marvel Legends review for you. Today I have received the wave of Marvel Legends X-Men Retro Series. This one is Avalanche from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Almost completing the team now. I just need Blob and Toad. Toad of course is readily available at the moment. As part of that Marvel Legends Series 1 anniversary series. But yes, finally got Avalanche. First time since I think the early Toy Biz X-Men Classics did one of him, but I've never ever had or seen one of these in figure form before, and I'm always happy to get more X-Men villains. So guys, let's take a look at this beautiful packaging. So here is the box for Marvel's Avalanche. Of course, it does say Seismic Force on the left there. And we've got an awesome picture of him here. Now, one thing I do notice on the front of this guy is he's got quite red lips and a very neutral looking face. I would have kind of preferred if he looked more like this. But like as he is, he kind of looks more like a Peacemaker or something maybe. He's got a toilet bowl on his head. He does have the Marvel Comics thing and the Uncanny X-Men up here. On the back, you've got the classic look. Brotherhood of Mutants veteran Avalanche can generate powerful seismic waves from his hands. And you've got all the other figures in the wave here and all your legalese across the side. Very, very nice card. Again, quite strong if you're into collecting them on card. They look great. So yeah, I'm not. So I'm going to take this guy out of the box and review him. So guys, here is the Marvel Legends Avalanche out of the box. And as you can see, he's a really, really cool looking figure. Really happy with him so far. I do think the silver is quite dull. It could have been a bit brighter maybe. But overall, like, it's a cool figure. I have not, as I said before, I haven't owned an Avalanche before. So this is my first time getting him. And it's good to finally get another evil or Brotherhood of Evil Mutants character or member or whatever. So like the body is fairly standard on him. He doesn't have butterfly joints, unfortunately. We're going to go through the articulation and all that stuff in a while. I do have a lot of problems with this figure, actually. He's fine. He's a good Avalanche figure. But let's start to go through him in more detail. Okay, as I said, I do have some problems with this figure. First of all, accessory-wise, it is very mean. They've come with two hands, a punching hand, and another like open hand or choking hand, whatever you want to call it. And if you look closely, like something I didn't notice on the Bullseye figure was the clotted hand had fingernails. Unfortunately, they seem to fix that. Anyway, that's not this figure. But anyway, so to look closely at Avalanche, I just think the paint job on the chest here is kind of shoddy in places. It's kind of like, I don't know, especially here on the shoulder pads. It's kind of smudgy or something. It's just not smooth enough or something. I don't know. Even back here, I don't know. It's very dark and smudgy in places. I don't know if that's the application of the paint that went wrong or the actual paint they used. Again, here around the gauntlets, very sloppy. So yeah, like I'm not now. In fairness, the face sculpt is fine. The helmet is perfectly fine. I do think he's got quite big lips for a male character. It's a bit weird. The helmet itself is a bit pliable. It's nice. You can't take it off, obviously. That would have been too cool a function for Marvel to put in. But other than that, this guy is pretty standard. Let's look at the articulation. The head goes down, goes up a little bit, side to side. Let's take off the head and see what kind of joint is underneath there. So you do have a T-joint. So there's obviously something holding the head from articulate a bit more. Let's stick it back on. We'll have a look at that. There is a better range of movement now that I've done that. Oh, and there we go. So maybe the neck joint was just a bit stiff. As for the shoulders, they are slightly hindered by the shoulder blades here. You do have the usuals, double joints here and what have you, and arm or hand articulation. He does have an ab crunch, which goes that far down and that far back. He does have waist swivel. He does have all the leg articulation. Legs go out that far, up this far and back this far. You got a double jointed knee and you can almost kick his backside, but not so much. And you do have a bit of boot rotation, ankle rockers, and they do go up and down. So he does have he's a pretty standard articulated figure. I just think he's a bit dull. Now, what would have helped? It would have been great if he came with some effects. Like his power is to cause earthquakes and whatever. So it would have been cool if he came with some new accessory effects or articulation that allowed him to punch the ground or something. But as it stands, he's a decent display figure. But other than that, I don't know. He just doesn't. I'm happy to have him, obviously, because it's a new character and one I wanted. But it just doesn't do anything for me. He's a quite boring figure, if I'm honest. If we're to put him up next to some other Brotherhood figures, it does make him a little bit better because they stand out and yeah, when he's with the other Brotherhood figures, he will fit in just fine. But on his own, I suppose just like the character, he's a bit boring. So guys, that is my review for Avalanche. Short and sweet because there's not a whole lot to talk about, unfortunately, about this guy. I hope you enjoyed it. Do hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Comment below whether you should grab on this guy. I'm sure there's loads of people out there who've been waiting for this guy as well, just to finish their Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. I still have to pick up Mystique and Toad yet. I know they're out there, and I'll be finished then once Blob comes. Blob, of course, was leaked a couple of weeks back, so hopefully we'll be able to finish the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. And for that, he's a definite good figure to pick up. Other than that, if you're not a fan of the character or not a fan of the X-Men, I wouldn't be too bothered with this guy. For me, it's 6 out of 10, and that's been sort of generous. A 6 out of 10, solid, but nothing special. So yeah, guys, hope you liked it, and we will, of course, catch you on the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.